What's good, everybody? It's the New Legal once again, bringing the news to the streets, but putting gaming back to the streets as well. With that, we bring Di-RRec gaming to the forefront. Journey to the Savage Planet is what I will be preparing, and the subject today is Sony's not going to PAX East due to the coronavirus. Let's begin. What in the world is going on, man? I mean, are we this crazy now, man? I mean, are we this crazy? Because before I go in, I want to put out the two different situations that could possibly be at hand here before everybody thinks they think I'm gonna go into this the way I am. I'm not, people. I'm not. But let's get it straight, man. In this country, there's only been 5 cases. 5 cases. And when I thought about it, I said, PAX East? Well, that's kind of crazy, because that would be on the East Coast. I mean, I could see not coming to like a PAX West, you know, if it was in California or whatever, being closer to their home base. And their items coming out of that area, you know, could affect people. I mean, it's not a situation to take lightly, you know. This is a serious situation. So let's get that out of the way. But it's funny because, you know, to me, I can see 2 different options. You know, I can see 2 different avenues with this, with Sony. You got to look at it like this. If they actually have something that's contaminated, or if they feel like they got something contaminated, they don't want to come to the show, you know, they don't want to put people's health at risk, it's completely understandable. Completely understandable, people. Nobody's going to sit up here and try to throw jabs at that. I mean, anybody with sense. So that's completely understandable. But what gets me is that we're talking about Sony, right? Are they not testing their stuff? Do they not have these devs who are not even from that country working on games and, you know, in studios doing what they do? I mean, they can't like get creative. Sony is involved in the movie industry. You're telling me that they can't give their fans something? I mean, it's at the point where we're used to this, right? It's been this way. Look, here's what I'm trying to say. It's been this way since 2017, late 2017, when they started disappearing on the scenes. So this really doesn't have anything to do with the virus, okay? This is a disappearing act that's been going on for a couple years now. So that's where I'm at. Let's eliminate this coronavirus situation. Let's get sticking to the point that Sony's just been a no-show, period. Whether it's their own shows or not. It doesn't even have to be an E3 or something. It's their own shows. They're not even showing up to their own stuff. So, I mean, for me, the way it looks, it's like they're using this coronavirus as an excuse to tell their fans that they're not going to be somewhere. Now, that could be the negative situation, all right? But in all fairness, let's look at it like this. What if they just got some stuff that they're just not too certain about, and it's coming out of their studio, even though Sony's gaming studio is in California anyway, it's in the United States. So are they telling people that they may have situations that could be affected, or are they truly just saying, listen, this event is something that requires a lot of people to be there. Right now, we just feel like it's not safe for crowds of people to be in gaming, which, you know, is understandable. People coming from all over the world, coming out all out of different regions, so to speak. So it's quite possible that Sony is just taking precautionary actions, you know, before, you know, like I said, before we jump into any conclusions, they could be just taking some precautionary actions. And, you know, if that's the case, then listen, Sony is looking after the welfare of people, you know, in general. They don't want to be responsible for that. You know, this is just gaming. You know, if you're going to go to a gaming event, there's no reason for you not to be safe at a gaming event. So, you know, those are the two things that I think, man, that I could see before, you know, everybody just starts blasting on them too hard. I understand you want to blast on them, but then again, if it is that way, that's just crazy, man. I mean, because really Sony just doesn't have any leeway right now, man. I mean, you've been missing out on shows. The coronavirus is not something that, you know, people are just gonna let you slide off of. So you've been missing out on shows. So what are you gonna do once the coronavirus goes away? Once they get a hold of this thing and they solve this thing or this virus and things go back to the way they are for you to present your stuff on stage. I mean, are you just gonna keep holding off? Is it gonna be something else, Sony? I mean, what is it gonna be? I mean, right now you got a good case. You got a good case. No one's gonna fight that too hard because you know what? Hey man, there's people dying of this virus, man, and that's nothing to, you know, to laugh at or poke fun of. So there's people dying of this virus. But we get back to gaming on Di-RRec Gaming, and we just want to talk about the fact that Sony just don't show up to none of their stuff anyway. So I mean, what's y'all's take on it, man? I mean, Sony now is not gonna be at PAX East. Was anybody surprised anyway? Were you thinking that they were? I mean, that's pretty much where it's at. Have they been to any shows? So just because they not coming to PAX East, does that surprise you? Does that really surprise you? They haven't really been anywhere since the fall of 2017. So that's what it is, yo. You know what? Hey, everybody keep gaming. Have a good time. Listen, 2020 is the year of the Xbox. Xbox is doing things that are just nothing they can do right now is bad. They're just on it right now. They're on it right now. It just feels good to be an Xbox fan. On the other side, there's Sony fans out here. I mean, for the love of money, help them, please. Sony, do something for your fans, man. It's just getting ridiculous, man. They're out here on Twitter every day bothering us. You can't put no good Xbox news down anywhere. They have nothing to play. I mean, even if you do give them something, man, they're usually on Twitter anyway, man. They're not playing them games anyway. A lot of them just don't even have games. They sit up here still playing games from 2016 and stuff. But listen, man, do what you got to do to help them out, man. Get them playing. Get these fans focused, man, because they're out here losing their minds. Now they ain't got PAX East, and I mean, you've already knocked them down over and over again, not showing up to events. E3, you're not here. They coming up with you got your fans out here coming up with all kind of excuses as to why you don't show up. So please, give them something, man. Give them something to feel good about. I don't care if it's just make some lies up about PlayStation 5, but do something for your fans. Show up, Sony. I hope you do some kind of way, man. Listen, I don't care if your shows are garbage or not. Do it for your fans. They're out here supporting you. You know, there's a lot of money involved. Figure out a way. Yo, get the flute man. Get the piano man. Get the orchestra. Do something. Build a tent and put some lights over it. But get something going, man, for your fans. Yo, this has been the New Legal representing Di-RRec Gaming. And we out here. See y'all soon.